I wanted to share with you this afternoon these 6 little pieces of antique jewellery that came into Delphi Antiques recently. Now these pieces are set in gold and not with the most precious stones. There's one ruby, there's some pearl in one ring as well, as you can see there, and 2 wedding bands, a little photograph frame. But it's who these pieces belong to that's of the most significance, because they belong to the famous Yeats family. So these pieces were part of Jack Butler Yeats's family collection, and they were looked after by his wife Cottie White. And Jack Butler Yeats, of course, was one of the most well-known portrait painters in Ireland, and he was brother to the very famous poet William Butler Yeats. So what we have here is 6 pieces of jewellery and some literature to do with them, 2 little envelopes, you can see there, and some letters from Cottie White to her mother Georgiana. So on the first envelope it has Mama and Father, Tom Philip White and Georgiana White. On the second envelope we have Georgiana White, and it says Mama's wedding ring, etc. Letter of mine to her as a child, and also the announcement of her death in 1934. And we have some letters there as well from Cottie to her mother. So in the jewellery themselves, we have a little gold locket, and it has a sepia photograph of a gentleman called John Philip White, and this of course was Cottie's father. Then we have 4 rings. We've got 2 simple wedding bands. The plain ring, I think this one probably belonged to Cottie's mother Georgiana, and then a larger ring which was probably belonged to her father. Then the next little piece is an early Victorian ring set in 18-karat yellow gold, and it's set with 4 natural half pearls and a ruby in the centre, and this little ring has beautiful engraving on the sides. The next little ring is known as a mourning ring, and this ring was made in the early Victorian period, probably around 1840, and it's set again in 18-karat yellow gold, and it's set in the very centre with a single panel which is set with human hair, a little bit of glass over it, and this is surrounded by a single row of natural pearls. And of course pearls were always known for a touch of sadness and tears, so that's why you always find them in mourning jewellery. And the shoulders of this little ring are beautifully engraved, and it's known as a split shank design because of the way it's designed there. And then the last little piece is a sepia photograph of Cottie White's mother Georgiana, and it's just mounted in a very simple brass frame which is decorated with blue enamel. So the unusual thing, I suppose, to this collection is their connection to the Yeats family, and they were found in Jack Yeats's bank deposit vault recently, so they were put away for very many years, and it's lovely just to have them as a collection, to have the little handwritten envelopes that came with them, and also the letters. So it's a little window, I suppose, into an important Irish family from the 1850s up to the 1920s.